ShartimusPrime, ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
You know, my custom right here. From far away, it looks a lot better, but ooh. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here doing another Transformers review on the Transformers Masterpiece Toys R Us exclusive Hasbro Thundercracker. Whee, that's a mouthful. Big thanks to Incline Designs for lending me this figure right here. I have the Takara Masterpiece Thundercracker. Thank you, John 3.0 again. This figure right here is actually the one that I think looks a little bit more cartoon accurate and whatnot, but I don't really have much of an interest of getting him since I already have this guy. And, ooh, his nose cone's a little off kilter, but yeah. So this is a very cool figure, and it's just a little bit different. It's based off of the MP10 Starscream figure, or MP11 Starscream figure, sorry about that. And it has a slightly different body mold and everything, or a slightly different mold altogether as this original Seeker mold. And you can see right here, it's actually a little bit more squared off at the bottom and whatnot. And it's got more of the kibble, as I call it, the kibble, so you can see that down there. This one I think looks a lot more sleek, and I guess I'm doing kind of a comparison video here. I'm really comparing the figures a lot, which I'll be doing throughout the whole video, because really it's like you have the choice of spending like God knows how much on this guy, which is really, really pricey. Again, thank you, John 3.0. And this guy right here, which is like 70 bucks plus tax. And they did make some modifications on this one to look a little bit cooler. Overall, you know, not much of a drastic difference, you know, for me to get him, even though, you know, I do like this blue. The blue on him looks pretty cool. Just want to do a quick comparison on how he looks compared to the other Seekers. So there he is next to the Hasbro Skywarp and the Hasbro Starscream. You can see I painted the nose cone, or I fixed the nose cone on Starscream right there, and they actually fall in line pretty well. And there's a Takara Thundercracker taking the place of the Hasbro one, which, you know, actually doesn't bum me out. I think it looks just as cool either way. But, you know, the other one does have the brighter, more cartoon accurate colors. See? Yeah, a little bit more cartoon accurate. So let's take this guy off the base and let's see what he could do. He comes with these missiles right here that you could see. Right, that like that. Pretty cool. You know, they have the white right here with the blue, and then like this gray, the wings of the missiles and everything. It comes with these pegs that you can plug in. Take both of these guys out. And then he also has this base, which is kind of funny that, you know, they kind of spelled Thundercracker with a gap right there when he's not really supposed to have that. It's supposed to be one word, and you can see Takara, you know, got it right. Now this is actually a sticker, and you can see the Decepticon logo is a slightly different color, but, you know, not a huge major difference. Practically the same base. And there's the clip right there that you could put underneath Thundercracker so that he could hold the Megatron gun that comes with the MP04 Optimus Prime. So you could just put this into the clip right down here, and there you go. You have Thundercracker holding Megatron. He's flying around holding Megatron. So take that out right there, put this aside. Then of course, you know, you can switch this around. I'll show that later. You can switch this around so that you can hold Thundercracker in his robot mode. And then here's, you know, like this is really, you know, kind of a lot of stuff going on here. It doesn't really look so sleek, and I'm not a big fan of these decals right here. It's like, what the hell? You have Thundercracker holding Soundwave, and it says Sonic Boom. That is just so random to me. If this was my figure, I would just paint that black, just paint right over it. I'm not feeling that at all. But I really do like how this blue looks. A very nice metallic like looking blue. Looks very cool. And of course, you know, the sculpted detail throughout the whole thing is very nice. But, you know, it's got this kind of sheen to it, which I really like. And it's got the thicker lines right there, which I do like more so than on the Takara one. On the stickers for the Takara one, the lines are pretty thin. This one's a lot more, you know, original cartoon G1 accurate like that. You know, another difference is that the missile, or the null rays right here, are attached to the side of the figure, where like the original one you can actually just, well, you can still do it here, I guess. I haven't actually tried it yet, but you can take those out and then put these in its place. Now you can have the missiles there instead, but then you still have this ball joint thing, which, oh, you can just pop that out right there. And if you, oh, you can't put anything on the sides like that, but yeah, okay, so you could take that apart and you could put the missiles on the side. I didn't know that you could do that. It's pretty cool. And then they have these like ball joint things that you could just easily place them back in and whatnot, which is a cool plus side, you know, that this is all part of the transformation. Here's another decal that I don't really care about, is that, you know, they have reflector right there. It says say cheese, but it's kind of worn out, and it's like, okay, that's a little random to me. And then there's another one on the other side right here, which is kind of like, okay, well, you can see the cheese better on that one, which, so there's two reflectors on him, which, yeah, and you know, I'm not a huge fan of all that. Open up the cockpit on this guy. You can take out the little dude right here, which is not a Dr. Arkaville at all, but it is a pilot, and it very much looks like a pilot, as opposed to this Takara one, where it very much looks like Dr. Arkaville. In Dr. Arkaville, you could see, you know, the hair coming off the sides on this Takara one. This one, you could definitely see he's got like the pilot mask and everything, which is kind of cool. You know, it looks like there's a fake person in there. Just put this guy right back in there and close this shut. It's also got the radar gimmick thing, you know, so you could pull it out and then turn it to the side. So that's pretty cool. And then you also have, you know, you could move these up and down, and you can also move these side to side, which, you know, actually planes don't really do that. I think they move forward and back. I think that's the direction that they move. You have the air brake right here, which is very similar to the old school version. Pretty much the same thing. And then you have the thrusters. You could look at the thruster guts, which is cool. And then you can actually pull them up right here, and those actually become part of the heel when you turn them into robot mode. So the transformation is just slightly different, but for the most part, it is exactly the same. Another thing I have to mention that I do like on this one compared to the Takara version is that the Decepticon logo, you know, did come out better than the stickers that they provided us on the Takara. So I like that. I like this one a little bit better for that Decepticon logo. It does look a little clearer. Doesn't blend in as much as on this guy. But this guy, I really like the blue on this. And you also have some other decals right here. It says D24. I think that was the model number of the original toy or something. And then it says Captain J Dragon Sass. I almost said Dragon Ass. Oh, and then it says Lieutenant Joe Big Daddy Kide. I have no idea what that means. I'm totally lost on that one, but oh well. I like the little silver right here. And there's also these stickers or decals that come up on the top. Look very G1 accurate. Another cool thing is that he has his wheels. So you can pull this flap right here, and you pull this tab, which is always kind of tricky to get to, but yeah, there you go. And then you can get this front wheel right here. It's cool. And then you just flip out the sides right here, and you can get the rear wheels. Now, since they had made some modifications to it, I was kind of hoping that they had something where like the wheels could slide upwards or out, so that it wasn't running on this piece of plastic, this blue piece of plastic right here, and actually on the wheel. But, you know, it's very similar to how it looks on the Takara one, the way that works. I just really don't like how square this looks down here. I just really don't like this. You know, I do prefer the jet mode on the other one just a lot more. It just looks so much cleaner to me. Just to give another comparison, you know, I just think that looks so much better on this Takara version at the bottom right here. It just looks so much more sleek to me. And another little detail is that they have this tinted yellow right here for the cockpit. On all the other ones, they are orange. You can see that on Skywarp, it is orange. Starscream, it is orange. Takara Thundercracker, it is orange. Do I really care that it's yellow? Not really. Okay, so let's transform this guy, huh? Take us away, Bumblebee. Alright, so first thing we want to do is, I don't know, pull these through right here. And then you can take off the null rays or separate the null rays. I guess I'm going to do that. And like I said, and then I'm going to flip these down like that. Like, this is very, very similar to the original transformation with just some changes. And I will like to pull the legs out. So you can just pull the legs straight out on this guy, as opposed to the original one where you had to separate the pieces that go along the side. So I can just pull this down right here, and then just slide these out. There you go. And there you go, like that. And might as well form the feet. So you pull this out right here, and you could turn these around, going this way, like that. Turn this around, going this way like that. And as I had mentioned before, take this piece out and you could form the heel of Thundercracker, which is very, very cool. So now you have the legs. And I'm pulling the arms out right here. I am the most unorthodox transforming person ever. You know what I mean? I just kind of go with it. And when you have the instructions, it doesn't really tell you how to transform the figure out of its plane mode. It just tells you how to do it in the robot mode. So I have this top piece pulled out right there, which is very important. And pulling the wings part. Now, another really cool thing I do like about this mold, as opposed to the other one, is that you can you can actually separate it right here, as opposed to having these flaps that come on this version that would pop off all the time. There it is. Then I'm gonna flip this back right here, and then at the same time pull the arms kind of out of the way so I can flip this one back over here as well. Now here's the arms off to the sides, pull the hands out, rotate the hands, then split this middle piece right here. Okay, slide those down to the sides like that. That's gonna leave this gap right here in this middle so you can pull the front of the plane in, but you have to tuck it away. So you lift the cockpit up like this, and then separate right here, and then pull that down like so, close that up, and then we'll rotate through into the middle and sneak the head up like that, and shift through like this. Okay, and pull this down like so on the sides, and then shift the whole thing down. This top piece will just shift right down into place like so. And then you can tilt this downward right here, and then there's a peg right here on the back that'll nicely slide and clip onto that, very much like the old school versions. Close the wings up a little bit, fold them backwards, straighten out the arms. Another neat thing is that they have these tabs right here that you just pull out right here. So you can see I just push it back in. You just slide this tab right here, and then there's a notch on his back, and then rotate the arms into place. And then the null rays are almost practically already set for you. So what you want to do with these null rays is you want to twist them around so that this piece right here slides into the null ray itself. So you can see how it slides into it like that, and then rotate it all the way around, and then that way you don't ever have to take them off. Which, you know, while transforming, and I'd actually prefer to take it off, it just makes it a little bit easier. You get to shift these things forward, which is actually really helpful in having him stand. So unlike the other versions, he does end up, you know, leaning on this part, especially for me, because when I do my transformation, I rotate him down to the calves. And there's transformed masterpiece Thundercracker, which, wow, man, you know, I think this is pretty cool looking. Very cool looking robot mode. I dig it, man. Now let's get into the face right here. This face is actually really, really cool, and I do like that they painted his eyes red. That is a much more accurate cartoon head sculpt, especially with these grid things on the sides. Push in, do the transformation. Just cool. Still has this thing with the launchers right here into the chest, and I'm glad those are painted. Looks very nice. He has a lot of gray on him, which, you know, looks pretty cool. I wish it was more of a silverish kind of color, but, you know, not much to complain about. I really like the feet right here. This is just really cool. This is very, very stable. I like that a lot. You don't need to depend on the stand to get him standing up, you know. I think that's very cool. And then the null rays still, you know, rotate and everything like how you need them to. Very nice. Unlike the original version, though, you can't pull his face down and rotate it, but I do like the look on his face. You can still plug the missiles onto the back right here if you wish, which I always like to do. While he's in his robot mode, take the stand and turn it around so that this piece right here is sticking forward like that. And take Thundercracker, and he's got this notch sticking out right above his butt. Plug it in like so. There it goes, nice and firm. There he is standing on his flight stand. It's pretty cool. Or he's hovering. Nice. So as far as our articulation goes, we don't have anything really new. The head does move up a bit like that. Actually, on the older one, I think it moved up more. Yeah, the older one, you can move it all the way up like that if you wanted to. It's easier to get him into a flying pose. So actually, we lose a little articulation. I don't want to force it or anything like that. And it moves side to side, okay. Which actually, I don't think this guy moved side to side as well. Oh, no, it moves okay. All right, so that's enough of the head articulation. He's got these shoulder joints that move forward, and they move outward, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Look how great that looks. He has wrist rotation that goes side to side, and it can, I guess, move in and out this way just due to the transformation. He has a thumb joint right here. You can move that all the way around. He has a single finger articulation with a bend right there, which is great, and the other fingers bend all together and bend at the knuckle, which is awesome. He still doesn't have any real waist articulation, even though on the other one you could separate it and twist it around a little bit better. He has great leg articulation that moves forward, and you can move it outward. He has upper thigh rotation right there. He has a single jointed knee, and he has this ankle that can move side to side. up and down. Not really. See, that's another thing on the older one. He actually had an ankle pivot. See, it's just due to the transformation, but it's kind of a better ankle pivot. So, yeah, I mean, I recommend this figure. If you don't have a Thundercracker and you want him to fit in with the other ones, I mean, it's not too bad. Thundercracker party! Yeah, so there's the two Masterpiece Thundercrackers next to G1 Thundercracker. You could see that, you know, the Takara version and the G1 are actually much more similar in their kind of blue color that they have, as opposed to this newer one right here. And to compare just the two of these guys, you know, I really don't know. I think this guy's cool. The more I'm looking at it and everything, the more I like it. I would actually like to have this Thundercracker. You know, not that he would replace this guy in any way, because I think this guy is still super cool. It's just that this is a cool Transformer. That's all I got to say about it. I mean, it's just a cool Transformer. I kind of want it now. It's pretty damn cool. This guy I really like too, you know, so I can't really say I like one more than the other, even though overall I think I'd have to go with this guy, but this is a very cool Transformer too. His robot mode does, I have to say, look better. It does look better. I do like that robot mode. He's got more of that huskier look. It looks a little bit more from the cartoon. And this is not bad. So that's why that's why I really haven't picked this new Thundercracker up, is because it's not like it's so much better that it, annihilates this guy. It's just a little bit cooler looking. I do like the silver paint apps on this guy. You know, this original one right here, he just seems to have more paint applications. And if you look underneath right here, you see some red. You don't get that kind of red going on right over here. It's very much a lot of flat gray going on in this torso area. This one does have, more of a metallic gray. You got the blue stripes right there. You have a lot more of a silver and then the metallic gray again. So, a little bit more paint going on in the midsection than on this guy. Let's get a closer look at the head sculpts. Original masterpiece, new masterpiece. Original masterpiece, new masterpiece. Original masterpiece, new masterpiece. Original, new. Original, new. Original, new, new. And I think their height is pretty much the same. I want to say the Takara one's just a little bit taller. But they're both very, very cool. I really do like them both. Man, I've been transforming Seekers all damn day, dude. But check it out. I had to show how he fit in with the older Seekers, and it actually doesn't look too bad. I mean, his head does look significantly larger compared to the other ones, but it fits in pretty well. And then just to bring the original one back in there, it's not like it's bad or anything. So I don't know. I think it's like I do like this new Seeker. I already have one, so it's not like I really, really need to get it, but it does look cool, and it does look a little bit more cartoon accurate like that. It does look pretty sweet, so I don't know, man. I've been, thanks again to Incline Designs for letting me borrow this figure and letting me review this figure. I do like it more the more I've been playing with it, and it is a very cool Transformer, so, if you don't have one of these guys, definitely pick one up. He's a lot cheaper than the Takara version. The Takara version used is like a couple $100 or something. And then this guy is $70 brand new. So there you go. Hope you guys dig my review. I know it's a very long one, but I wanted to be as thorough as I could. I will catch you guys later. Peace. Today's ACBA pick of the day goes out to Brian Mark V German, or Mark V, I don't know, but I like to say Mark V. Anyway, this is an incredible Batman display. He's using the Batman Play Arts figure, which is a very, very posable figure, and this display looks very cinematic in my opinion, and I just love the lighting coming through the building at the bottom. You get this really cool backdrop of Gotham, and you see the bat signal up in the clouds. You get some smoke up in the foreground right here, right in the very front, and you have these thugs over here, and just the lighting and the posing and everything about this is really cool. Now I'm sure he used some Photoshop and whatnot, but I mean the picture looks really, really cool, and the brick wall that he's standing on, that looks like it's all handmade and stuff. So I just thought this was a very, very cool display. Mad props to you, dude. If you have not joined the ACBA group page, do so now, or you can add me on Facebook, or if you have not joined bkbn.net, do so now.
Crispy.
And there's transformed Masterpiece Thundercracker. Okay.